Let me guess, you've tried eating less, skipping meals, grinding through with willpower, and somehow you either stall, burn out, or lose weight only to gain it all back. And here is the part that messes with your head. You're doing what you were told would work. But for most busy execs, that advice actually makes fat loss harder. And that's why the words on this thumbnail say something that sounds insane. Eat more food. As a weight loss coach for close to a decade, I have had a lot of my clients eat more. And I've still been able to get results like this, and this is me having eaten a lot more than I was eating. So in this video, I am going to show you why and how to use extra calories to be able to get amazing weight loss results and keep them. Now, if you don't fix this one hidden issue first, every weight loss attempt just adds more stress, slows down your metabolism, and pushes you closer to becoming a part of the 95% who regain all the weight. Let me explain. All right, time for some uncomfortable truth. Most male execs, they don't have a fat loss problem. They've got a metabolism problem. And before you start blaming your parents, no, it's not genetics, it's your lifestyle. Let's be real for a second. Here's what your normal day looks like. 8 to 12 hours glued to a chair, brain fried from 1,000 decisions, deadlines breathing down your neck, meals whenever you can remember. Recovery? What's that? This daily grind does 3 things, none of them good. 1, it crushes your daily movement. Metabolism isn't just what happens in the gym, it's every step, fidget, and stretch you don't take. Most execs are burning hundreds fewer calories a day than they realize just by sitting still. That's because reducing that non-exercise daily movement basically decimates a component of your metabolism that is responsible for up to 30% of your daily calorie burn. And to put things into perspective, your gym workout only burns 5% of your daily calories. 2, it jacks up your cortisol. Cortisol isn't the bad guy, unless it's always sky high. Chronic stress, that means your body burns fewer calories, stores more fat, yeah, especially on the belly, makes calorie deficits feel like torture. 3, it trains your body to slam on the brakes. When stress is high and food is low, your body doesn't say burn fat, it says, whoa, slow down, we're under attack. That's why fat loss feels like pushing a boulder uphill, barefoot, in the rain. So what do you actually do about it? Look, it's not about more willpower or another HIIT class. It's about fixing the environment your metabolism lives in. Here's your first move. Track your daily steps for a week. Seriously, just see how much you're actually moving outside the gym. Spoiler, it's probably less than you think. Even tiny changes, standing during calls, walking meetings, a 5-minute stroll after lunch, can significantly impact your metabolism. Think of it like a campfire. If you only throw on a big log once a week, the fire fizzles. But keep feeding it little sticks all day, movement, and it burns bright. Start small. Stack the wins. That's how you make fat loss suck less and actually stick. Now let me explain why eating less backfires. Let's call out the classic exec trap. You're already running on low movement, high stress, and a body that's crying out for a break. And what's the go-to move? I just need to eat less. So you start slashing calories, skipping breakfast, white-knuckling your way through meetings, and pretending discipline will save the day. At first, the scale throws you a bone. You lose a few pounds and think, see? Easy. But under the hood, your body is flipping switches you don't want flipped. Metabolic rate tanks. Training feels like wading through mud. Recovery? Non-existent. Hunger hormones go haywire. Now, fat loss feels like trying to bail out a sinking boat with a thimble. The more you scoop, the faster the water pours in. Here's the kicker. That's why so many successful men say, I can lose weight, I just can't keep it off. Because the whole eat less, suffer more routine is built to fail. So what do you actually do instead? Here's your move. And it's not rocket science. Stop thinking like a fuel miser. Think of your metabolism like a campfire. If you keep taking logs away, calories, the fire dies. But add the right fuel, good food, enough protein, regular movement, and it burns hotter, longer, and brighter. Start here. Instead of skipping meals, focus on building your plate around protein and whole foods. Add a little movement, even if it's just a 10-minute walk after lunch. It's not about starving your way lean. It's about giving your body what it needs to actually work for you. Now for the next important step in the strategy. Miss this and you'll end up stuck in no man's land. What eat more food actually means. Let's kill the confusion right now. When I say eat more food, I'm not saying to go full pig mode in the snack cupboard. It's not binging. It's not junk food, and it sure as heck isn't a free pass to ignore calories forever. What it actually means, restoring your metabolic fire before you even think about shrinking your waistline. Here's how this plays out in real life. Phase 1, metabolic repair. Yes, it's temporary. Don't panic. For most execs, the first move isn't to eat less. It's to eat a little more. Cut out the pointless restrictions, bump up your protein, get your meals on a steady schedule, and start moving like a human again. Not a desk plant. Why? Because your body needs to feel safe before it'll burn fat. You want it humming, burning calories naturally and ready to handle a real diet without slamming on the brakes. Think of your metabolism like a phone battery. If you're always running on 1%, you can't expect to stream, text, and run apps all day. Sometimes you need to plug in, recharge, and get back to 100% before you hit go. This phase isn't about dropping pounds. It's about giving your body the fuel and trust it needs so that when it's time to diet, you actually get amazing results that stick. Section 4. How to lose fat without destroying your metabolism. Alright, here's where most people blow it. They get their metabolism firing again, and then they go straight back to the starve and suffer playbook, slashing calories, going all in, and wondering why they crash and burn again. Not you. You're going to do what the pros do, and what almost nobody else does. You enter a controlled, time-limited calorie deficit. Not forever, not the I'm miserable and everyone hates me approach. Think moderate calorie deficit, high protein, strength training, daily movement. But here's the real difference. The secret sauce. You don't live in diet mode. You cycle through phases. Let's break it down. 1. Build phase. Metabolic support. Eat at or near maintenance. Move more. Recover harder. Get your body humming. 2. Cut phase. Fat loss. Short but sharp deficit. 8 to 12 weeks. Focus on strength and performance. In, out, done. 3. Exit phase. Maintenance reset. Calories come back up, hormones settle. Your body locks in the new weight. It's like driving a high-performance car. You don't just floor it and hope for the best. You alternate between cruising, gunning it, and letting the engine cool. That's how you get speed without blowing the engine. This is how you dodge metabolic slowdown, rebound weight gain, burnout. This is how professionals actually stay lean. Ready to make it real? Here's your move. Determine which phase you're at and then map out your next 8 to 12 weeks and move accordingly. You may very well be overeating at the start, so you may need to start at phase 2. If you've been trying to lose weight for a while and crash dieting, you're at phase 1. Don't try to win in one phase. Cycle, recover, repeat. Here's why this keeps you out of the 95%. Let's talk about that stat you've heard 1,000 times. 95% of people regain the weight. And no, it's not because people are lazy or weak. It's because they diet like maniacs, too hard for too long on bodies that are already running on fumes. When you never restore calories, your body's just counting down the seconds until you slip. And the moment you do, bam, weight comes back faster than you can say, yo-yo. But here's the play that puts you in the 5% who actually keep it off. You respect your metabolism, you plan your exits from a deficit, you stop living in restriction mode. Suddenly, weight loss becomes repeatable, sustainable, and brace yourself, boring. But here's the thing, boring is what wins. It's not a sprint where you collapse at the finish line. It's a marathon. Steady pace, planned breaks, and you actually cross the finish line standing. You want to be in the 5%? Before you start your next diet, write down exactly when you'll take your foot off the gas and bring calories back up. Plan your exit phase before you even start. That's how you make weight loss stick and finally get off the hamster wheel for good. If weight loss feels harder than it should, it's not because you lack discipline. It's because you were never taught how to eat for your lifestyle. If you want help figuring out whether your metabolism needs restoring, how many calories you actually need when you eat more versus less, I've put a link below where you can get started on this process for free.